My father, my pride, Toastmaster Sunil.
Thank you, TM Ashish. So the topic for today is My Father, My Pride. I have kept it very simple because I wanted every one of you to understand and get uh, get related to it even before I start my presentation, even before I start my speech. And as we all know that it is an impromptu speech, I wanted to choose this as a subject because when we are talking about our father, do we need to prepare? Do we actually need to think and write something? I think it's not required when we are going to talk about a person who is so much close to us. And today I want you all to imagine a scene of a living room when I was sitting with my family, with my wife, my 15-year-old son, and my 11-year-old daughter. We were just having a casual discussion. I happened to ask a question to my children that who is your idol in your life? I gave them the open choice of finding anyone. He can be an international personality, or he can be a person who is nationally famous in India. He can be anyone out of in this whole world. I was surprised when my son said, "My idol is my grandfather." While listening to this statement, I was on cloud nine. And I was suddenly, from a father of two children, I became a proud son. I became a proud son of a person who is 83 years old at that time. And my son, who had seen him when my father has already crossed his 65 years of age. So I asked my son, what was, you have seen your grandfather only when he was 65. What did you observe? Why did you choose him to be your idol? He said, the person that I have seen in my grandfather is he is the most lively person in the whole environment I have seen. Second thing he said, he is the person who has taught me mathematics since I was little in my infancy, in my earlier days in my school. He is the person who has taught me chess. He is the person while he is around, he makes whole the environment lively. So I can see that this person at this age is so much active and he is actually delivering all his duties towards his children and his uh, grandchildren so well, how good he would be at the age when he was in his youth age. Then second thing he said, I have seen his photograph of his young age and I can easily relate him to a person, someone who is as good looking as Dharmendra and Bollywood actor. So he said he has been that personality. He has been that talented person. So I want that if I can't, I want to be like him in my life. I want to follow him. And then I asked him that, do you know a few more facts about your grandfather? So he said, if you can tell me further, I will be happy to know. Then I started the story. I was already filled with exuberance because my father was being idolized by my son to be like him. So I told him, you know, when my father was born, he was in the year when he was 3 years old, he was admitted in a school. And it was a pride to his father at that time, my father's father, that that his son cleared class 1, class 2, and class 3 in 1 year only. So in the second year, when every child around him was going to second standard, my father was going to class fourth. So he started studying with that pace. And when he was studying, he was going to next class year after that. And in the age of 14, he was offered a job by one of his senior teachers in his school only. So in the age of 14, he started his career as a teacher and he started teaching the students who were older to him. My father proudly narrates the stories about his life. Then, when he was used to enter the classroom, he used to be surrounded by children who were taller than him because he was 14 and the students were 15, 16, 17. So my father was teaching 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th standard at that time. So this is the way he started his career. Second thing was showed he has a very good habit of writing. Every evening he used to write a diary, and he used to write whatever he has done in his whole day. So while in COVID, we were in our home, in our village. We happened to see the old diaries, and I saw the salary. First salary he drew was 80 rupees. Out of 80 rupees, he used to send 50 rupees to his elder brother, to his younger brother, who was studying for engineering in a faraway place. He was living in hostel. So he was managing the whole family in 30 rupees. He was managing the whole expenditure and all other things. We were living in village. We had natural resources. We had our own cattle. So all those things were there. But 60% of his salary, he used to share it with his younger brother. Then I think most of you don't know that I'm the youngest child to my parents. I'm the seventh child. I have six elder sisters, and I'm proud in sharing with you all that all my six sisters are working today. My father's objective was to impart education to each and every child he had. My eldest sister to my youngest sister, and then me. He imparted the best education to all of us, and today we all are self-dependent. He has ensured at that place, when I'm talking about 1950s, 1960s, in a remote village of Himachal Pradesh, when even roads were not there. He was that much knowledgeable. He was that much into the life, in the that life should go while the person is independent. He ensured every one of us should get the best of the education. He traveled a lot to make us educated. He sent one of our sisters to Dehradun. He traveled with them from my village to a certain place. They used to walk. They used to walk 10 kilometers. After that, they used to get the bus. But he never stopped himself. And it was not for one child. It was for all the children. And today, when my father is at the age of 84, he's enjoying the respect and the company of all of his children whenever he needs them. So that is the thing. I'm proud of my father because of his personality, and I have a lot of respect to my son. Even being a millennial or a Gen Z child, he has observed all those things in his grandfather, and he has made my father as his idol. Thank you very much.
Super. Toastmaster Sunil, that was such a lovely speech, and it did not look as if you had volunteered only an hour ago to deliver this speech. That's the kind of